das ist auch nicht dramatisch. So, wir laden einfach
This is now so sick. I was actually walking on my way here, and you remember how you said, why don't they just kill you? And we talked about the word torture.
Yeah.
Now, I'm well aware of the history of this country. I'm well aware of the history of, unfortunately, the country I'm from, which have historical centuries of torture, right? Now, remember when I told you about the constant sirens and constant noise? There's only so much. I actually Googled it. It's called white noise, right? And basically, during war times, music, constant sound, constant drilling will actually drive a person insane, right? That's the purpose. And that's what I'm being subjected to. Now, on another level, I'm getting destroyed as a man. So I basically Googled when I had to have an operation down there, I had massive internal bleeding for 1 year. Now I started to look up medical experiments. There's a lot of bad shit that's gone on, right? A lot of bad shit. Now, it's getting so desperate. When I was in Rhina and I called here, right? Are you aware I called here?
Yes.
Right. So I had to, this person who's supporting me, who doesn't know everything, and I don't even want to talk about it, it's so disgusting. As a doctor, I'm 99% sure you know everything I'm dealing with, right? Mm-hmm. Right. So, he opened couch surfing. Now that's dangerous for me, right? Because everybody knows who I am, and I don't know who they are. So every time I go into a scenario, it's a non-stop perverted attack. So even straight men, who might even be married, will perform a gay act in front of me. And it's to destroy me, right? Now I've had this in hospitals. I don't know what I've been injected with. I don't know if it can be undone. There's no doubt I have an RFID chip in my leg. So rather than be on the street and be terrorized by white noise, I opened a couch surfing account. Now, it's blatantly obvious what you have in Germany is I'll have Germans obviously attack me because that's the agenda, they want to get paid. But this whole thing before I came to Germany of this Muslim terror and everything, it's nonsense. It's a collude. The only thing is money. So this lunatic from Iraq, right, they befriend you, you kind of try, they get you talking, oh, we hate Germans, we hate they're trying to extract information from you. And then the sick, evil, perverted stuff starts. Now, on a basic level, let's say that's where I'm sleeping. If you're in someone's house and you've never been in their house before, is it a little bit strange that if you're sleeping and you wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, he's standing over you naked with a cigarette? On a basic level, is that normal behavior? That's what I have to deal with. Now, if I've had to deal with that for 10 years, who's going to be able to survive that? I get attacked with pedophilia, child porn, even if when this first started in Cologne, now you know what Cologne is, right?
Yeah.
Home of LGTB.
Yeah.
If you have the police paying off doctors, LGBT, Black Lives Matter, anyone who will listen, and the CDU is colluding with this political party, and if you take politicians, they're about as strange people as you can get, right?
Yeah.
But if it filters down from then, and it's against one person, what am I supposed to do? And the problem I have, it's now so desperate because, as I said, this pill they go after, right? I'm sick of it. Even when I walk from Düsseldorf here, I have to record, and the mere fact that I even have to record them conducting these sick acts. If a person doesn't know what's going on, it doesn't look like anything if you're not paying attention. I know what they're doing, right? Now, if I get because it's all protected by the police, if I say anything, I get arrested.
Yeah.
So I could have 90-year-old women attack me and I can't do anything. In a way, that's breaking me as a man if you do that over and over and over again, right? Because I just will wilt. Now, when I first got here and I was in Cologne, if I talk to even a girl from another nationality, let's say you're walking down the street with your wife, right? But I've met a girl from, I don't know, Italy or something, and 5 police cars will stalk us behind until they get terrified and go home. No, but the point is to turn me gay, or to just destroy me as a man. And the whole point of where I had that operation was in Cologne. And I can't get away from non-stop Black Lives Matter, LGBT, anyone, because if you become a form of a group, and you know what doctors are like as well, right? And even my industry, if you've done something horrendous, you don't go, oh, I've done something horrendous. You close ranks. It happened in the UK, it happened in Canada. If they've done something horrific and you make a complaint, they don't go, you know what, here's $10 million, sorry. They close ranks and you can't do nothing. So then my only choice is to record and post it out, and then that's when the police beat the crap out of me. I bought your wristband, so in the time that I've last met you, stole medication, stole prescriptions, I got attacked by some lunatic doctor in Rhina, some guy tried to run me over, I have to deal with this pervert, right, who's talking about things I'm not even going to tell you. I called here, I don't know who it was I spoke to, but they're like, I gotta come here. I'm now stranded in Rhina, right? Everybody knows who I am, because I had to post things, right? You know exactly what I've been subjected to, and the thing is, I wish I'd never had that operation in Cologne, because if I'm right about what they've done, I'm in big freaking trouble. Now, I've tried to contact the States. If I'm not being held prisoner, now there's no doubt in my mind, the British consulate and the Canadian consulate are part of this. Now, is it because they're Canadian? But they put this feminazi thing against me as well, as another form of trying to break me. So if you surround me with only gay women, right? Even this lunatic in Oberkassel who was funding this medication before I came here, doing weird perverted shit and talking about you hate women, you hate women. If you put that all together on a psychological level, you are destroying a man, no?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then you break bones. I mean, there's only so much I can take.
Yeah.
So, I tried to make emergency phone calls to America. Now, even on a basic level, as a prisoner, the consulate, Helen Jones and Elise Cockcroft, they think it's hilarious. One, because they're English, right? And I'm supposed to be from the North. It was the North that sold me. I can't remember when the UK was going to break up in 2013? March 10th, 2013, this has been going on. Right? So I got sold into slavery, essentially.
Yeah.
So everyone sees, oh, this guy is a super high-level guy. And the amount of evil I've had to deal with, right? And the doctor who was plying me with this Zopiclone was Jewish. And purely because I made a complaint against her, I'm anti-Semitic. So then you pile all of that on one person, how am I supposed to escape? Yeah. Then the police, right? I never had a problem with the police, but my God, the level of violence they have brought to me. So the only peace and quiet is when I go in my friend's car and he locks the door. I lock the door. Yeah. If I open the door for 5 seconds, the siren goes on. Okay. That's how much they're stalking me. You understand white noise now? Yeah. So if I'm walking through the park, and you know how you have those sticks? There's an old woman with their husband. The woman will make a beeline towards me, knowing that I can't do anything. I have to stop. She engages, hello, and she knows exactly what on a basic level, that doesn't look anything, right? But if I now tell you all of that, it's a psychological attack. Right? Yes. Right. So I made emergency phone calls to America. I had to use my friend's phone, who doesn't have a lot of money. If I am not being held prisoner, is it normal to charge €44.73 for a 5-minute call to Florida? Right. So now I can't even use his phone.
Yeah.
So he's like, you need to make calls and get out of here because you are going to die. Or you're going to literally go crazy. So I went into a hotel. Now, I'm obviously making videos because it's my only way to prove.
Yeah.
Yesterday, and you have to bear in mind, a lot of this is happening within 1 kilometer of the British consulate, right?
Mm.
I can't even walk in my own consulate because of this nonsense.
Yeah.
In the Premier Inn, now you know I have nothing, right? They stole €3 headphones so I can't listen to the videos that I make.
Okay.
No, but you're laughing. But this has now become probably the most, now bear in mind, that place and this place,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
This is probably the most sustained evil attack in history on one person at this point. And I'm even talking about world wars. That lasted 5 years. This is humanly impossible. Now, I understand when I call through and it's like, oh, you've had a lot of Zopicon. It's a wonder I'm not taking freaking crack or something. And one thing I'll tell you is, last thing, when this first started and I couldn't figure out what had happened, now, on a medical level, I should have been a top athlete. They broke my legs, put me in a wheelchair, right? Took me years to get over that. I then went to England. They sent me to an LGBT psychologist who tried to turn me gay, who started all this Zopiclone and massive antidepressants. I somehow managed to find my Canadian driver's license. It doesn't even look like me. I'm about 50 kilos overweight with all the pills,
Yeah.
right? When I went to Canada in 2008, it probably took me about a year to recover. Then they sent me to another women's college, which is now doing transgender operations, who's some feminazi lunatic. I don't hate Jewish people, but purely because she was Jewish and wanted my money, I'm anti-Semitic. Now the thing is, when all of that happened, I thought, okay, bad experience, but you know what? They've been freaking stalking me my whole life. Now on a genetic level, you know, medically, you can do things that we don't even know about, right? Right. As an example, this corona, when they do the swab, they're taking my DNA.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
Right. So that's all this is about. I know you know corona is bullshit. But when I started to piece it all together, in a space of 2 years, I delivered $5 billion. Right? The reason they came after me was I was 3 months away from living a peaceful life. And when you have a country that is essentially built up of 4 countries, I got sold, right? So the one reason they came after me, if you include Facebook, and we now know how corrupt they are, Twitter, we know how corrupt they are, and you put all of this, and no, but the thing is, you know the only reason I'm even able to survive, no one can survive this, is because I know that they're doing it on purpose. When I was young, I was self-harming. I went from a model, actor, top athlete. You couldn't be any more gifted than I was. Jealousy, greed, money, power. But what they're coming after me with, that Lawrence Welch, I fought the NHS for 5 years over what he did to me. I was banging my head against the wall. It was only when I got to Canada, and then I started to unwind everything. Now I'm being subjected to this, that I'm William Wallace, I'm Edward Snowden, I'm Jason Bourne. I've been stalked my whole life. Yeah. It's blatantly obvious. Yeah. This guy's pretty gifted, and you know what? That's why they blocked me from the States. Because Alex Salmond, who's a redneck, KKK, right? And if you take who the president was at that time, Obama, right? If we do a trade, we'll sell me and flood Europe and Canada and the UK with African, we'll do a trade, so we'll all pretend to be multicultural, and the guy who is actually multicultural will sell them. And when I went to the US consulate in Toronto, blocked me. Now with a UK and Canadian passport, as someone from there, I've walked into the States many, many times. Now why did they get rid of Trump? And why was my internet blocked for 5 years? Because he's probably, as lunatic as this is, one person in this world who can save my life. Now when I was trying to make those phone calls, who do you think I was trying to contact? 55 euros for 5 minutes? When I have no money, and you steal my headphones? You don't think I'm being held in a prison?
No.
And they've already put me in sick boy prison. You know why? So if they strip me naked and put me on camera and try to destroy my mind, they're going to try and blackmail me. You can't really be much more evil than this. And you wonder why I'm taking Zopacoin? As soon as this started, and I was at Young in St. Clair, and this is the last thing I'll say, and I had to sleep in a park, and I couldn't figure out, what was the first thing they tried to push on me? Crack. I said, get away from me, right? But I mean, I've now been in, the same thing happened in Denmark, the same thing happened in France, and I thought, since probably when I was supposed to be a professional soccer player, professional baseball player, oh my God, this guy's a model, he's actually a good person, I will end it on this. It is not the color of my skin, clearly. It's the content of my character that they are trying to kill. You turn it round to Martin Luther King, and that's what it's all about. And a lunatic in Meerbusch basically confirmed even this refugee crisis, which they made me out to be, was nothing more than an opportunity. Black slavery, not because they're black, it's an opportunity. When they basically fronted me and they hacked me as some kind of thing to do with, I left Scotland a long time ago. I'll be honest with you, Germany is them on steroids. Now the problem is, if you create a society that's willing to do anything, and you know this LGBT stuff is out of control, right? Feminazi, but if they're backed by the police, because it's a political agenda, if I say boo, I get arrested.
But how can I?
No, but the problem is when I called you, and the thing is, Doc, the only thing that disturbs me a little bit is, it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
I'm living this hell.
Yeah.
Right? I'm doing whatever I can to get out of it.
Okay.
Right? So the laughing part doesn't work with me. Yes, I'm fighting for my life.
Okay.
When I call from Rhina, now I know how bad I will get without this pill. It's going to be virtually impossible to survive. I said, who am I talking to? And she said, your last name. It didn't sound like, I'm guessing that's your wife, no? The other daughter.
Daughter.
Your daughter?
Yes.
Okay, well then the way she spoke to me, I'll be honest with you, I really, I understand the pill that I'm taking is bad.
She spoke to you because you had since April.
No, I'm well aware of what.
2, 3,
Yeah.
4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times Zopiclone, 20 pills. That means 220.
Do you think I've taken all of them?
It's too much.
You don't think I know that? Right, but the point is, based on what I've told you, right? If I had any choice, I wouldn't, no disrespect, I wouldn't want to see you again.
That's no choice. That's no.
No, but what I mean is, how do I get out of this? Why on earth would I put myself through this? After everything I've just explained to you.
But not out of it when you take it further. You see, you take too much of this sleeping pills.
Doc, what am I supposed to do? You don't think I can't even make a phone call?
But they make it not better.
No. But the point is now, I will now die, right? It's now life and death. Is it not life and death? What? You tell me what to do, and I'll do it to get out of here.
I can only see the medical aspect. The medical aspect is you take too much sleeping pills. That's the medical aspect.
Doc, one thing I'm trying to tell you is the police are colluding with doctors, right? Because if the police and everyone leaves me alone and they don't steal all my things, I don't have to come to you, do I?
But that has nothing to do with your consume of the pills.
But it does. Because if I don't sleep, or if I'm stressed, I can't get my evidence together, I can't leave, I can't function. It's a making money system, right? Because if the police and everything don't terrorize me, I can sleep. If they don't steal my medication, if they don't steal my headphones, I don't have to come back to you. The sheer fact of me having to walk on a broken leg from Dusseldorf to see you, 1, cost me money, 2, cost me time, 3, and work around in circles.
Second, can help you. conflict. And I have no chance to help you.
I'll tell you what, you know one thing that would help me? Right? Actually, one thing that would help me under a medical level. Where can I get a phone to contact the States? Where?
I don't know.
But you understand that I'm being held prisoner, essentially, right? What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. The situation is very difficult and I don't
No, but
know.
the thing is, the fact that I'm only even, right, I haven't taken 200, but I've taken, obviously, some of them, right? The fact that I'm even on Zopiclone, one was started by a doctor in Toronto because of all of this, right? But they know exactly that I have that pill, right? They know I have no money because they illegally closed my... So I'm also fighting...
But they know also that I'm the one who gives you the pills.
Okay, but I can't take on the responsibility. Yeah, but first of all, you're putting it on private, right?
Okay.
Are you not? Everyone has been on private, right?
Yes.
Right. So therefore, it can't come back on you. Doc, I can't take the responsibility of you're laughing at this, right? You're laughing, but if you're now telling me to take on the responsibility of what you're doing, then I can't.
You believe if I put it on a private receipt and it's here in the computer, that they don't know that it here is in the computer.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do? If police are beating on me in Meerbush, took me to Noise police station and beat me with a pole. My Canadian consulate didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
My British consulate didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
The police didn't do nothing. But that's okay. That's legal.
No, that's not okay.
Okay, but that's what I'm dealing with every day. So you can do anything to me, and yet I can't even come and just get some sleep. And then even when I go to Rhina, I have to deal with an absolute raving lunatic. I haven't had my own home this whole time.
I can only say to you medically that it's not good to take.
Doc, I don't want to take... but the thing is, this is another reason why they wanted to do this. Because if I become dependent on a pill, it's a business. I'm just a piece of meat right now. It's a cycle. Let's just drill this guy until he dies. And meanwhile, we'll make some money while we're doing it.
Okay.
You don't think I'm trying absolutely everything to get out of here? I wake up at 6:30 in the morning and I try and work, which is essentially save my life, until 12 o'clock at night. You don't, every day. Monday, Tuesday, all the way, not one day off.
Okay.
You don't think I'm trying?
I don't know.
And I have no money, and I have no accommodation. You can't be doing any more than me. You know why? Because they've stolen practically everything they have, right?
Yeah.
But I know I'm still gifted enough to get out of it, and they're determined to put me in the ground before I get out.
So what can I do for you?
These dumbass pills. And the wrist brace. If you don't want to injure me, why steal my brace?
I don't know.
Right, but that's the whole point, right? If I'm causing pain, then it affects my... If you're in pain, is it harder to sleep? It's harder to sleep if you're in pain, right?
Yeah.
Right. They know what they're doing. Yeah, I mean, come on. After everything I've just told you?
But that's no medicine. What I am doing is no medicine.
No, but essentially, I'm only just trying to stay alive.
Okay, but no medicine. Medicine. Try to come out.
Then tell me how.
I don't know.
Right. Give me an option and I'll take it. Now,